The head teacher of Suva Special School, Mr. Naren Prasad, head teachers and assistant head teachers from special and inclusive schools, the chairperson of Special Olympics, Fiji, invited guests, teachers and staff who are present here, members of the Army Band who will be entertaining us today, parents, guardians, and school children, ladies and gentlemen. Bulavinaka, good morning, namaste, and assalamu alaikum. This is my second visit to this school. I was here not too long ago, where we met the teachers, staff, and students, including the parents. And we had a good discussion on a number of topics that is of interest to special and inclusive schools. But today I'm here to join you this morning to observe the 2022 World Down Syndrome Day with the Suva Special School family and friends and extended family and friends from various other special and inclusive schools. The World Down Syndrome Day is observed on 21st March each year to raise awareness for people living with Down syndrome. So now the question is, why 21st March? Now, 21st March has got a lot of significance to any child born with Down syndrome. It's all related to, as the head teacher stated, it's related to the 21st chromosome that we have in our body. People with Down syndrome, they have extra one chromosome that makes it 3 chromosomes instead of a normal person who will have only 2 chromosomes. And this causes genetic disorder related to mental and physical development. So this day is of great significance, and it's a day where we talk about the acceptance as well as the respect and love that we need to give to any child who is not able, who is special, and needs our attention. Ladies and gentlemen, each year around the globe, around 3,000 to 5,000 children are born with this chromosome disorder. The theme for the World Down Syndrome Day is We Decide. And this theme is apt, it's relevant. Where people with Down syndrome are given equal opportunity to make decisions on matters affecting their lives. Right to make their own decision is a core human rights principle supported by the UN Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, it must be recognized by all that people with Down syndrome have the same basic human rights as other members of the community. I request all Fijians to recognize that Down syndrome children are born or can be born in any family regardless of social, economic, cultural, religious, or racial background. These children deserve the same dignity, love, and respect. As parents, teachers, friends, relatives, neighbors, and caregivers, we should support people with Down syndrome so that they lead an independent, free life of any form of discrimination. There are some eminent personalities like Pablo Pineda, who is a writer, teacher, actor, TV host, and conference speaker. He is the first person with Down syndrome to successfully graduate from the college in Europe. Then there is another personality by the name of Angela Bachila. She is the first Down syndrome woman elected as Spain's first city councillor in 2013. So you can see people with Down syndrome can live an independent life, and also they can contribute to nation building. The Fijian government family believes in equality and accessibility, which are vital to the growth and development of all persons with disabilities. And these are critical to the achievement of the internationally agreed development goals. Our government will ensure no Fijian is left behind, especially those living with disabilities. This year's budget has allocated $18.9 million to various ministries for their respective work to address the needs of people with disabilities. This does not include $90 million, which is set aside as allowance for people with disabilities. The 2013 Constitution includes significant provisions for persons with disabilities to enable their full participation in society and the effective realization of their rights. The Constitution recognizes the right of every person to early childhood, primary, secondary, and further education. Special and inclusive education has been an important component of our education system that strengthened access to quality education for students with special need. They're more likely to learn skills and gain confidence, which assist them to attain paid work in adulthood. In 2016, we started a 300% tax deduction for any organization or employer that employs a disabled person. If they employ them, they can claim a 300% tax deduction on the salary that they pay for that year. In 2019-2020 budget, tax deduction was increased to 400% to encourage employers to employ persons with disability. The government promotes inclusive education to empower all children to experience a sense of belonging within the school environment. Gone are the days when children with special needs were either ignored, misunderstood, or separated and kept in special schools without giving an opportunity to study in a normal way. Today we are uplifting them to take ownership and lead a normal life and contribute towards nation building. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 17 special schools in the country with 1,082 students. And there are 46 special and inclusive schools around the country, which has around 365 students. Now this has allowed parents to send their children to normal schools. We also provide special grants to the students living with disability in these schools, along with free education grant. And this is to encourage schools, school management committee to embrace children with special needs. Our children are special and extraordinary. They have unlimited potential, just like Pablo Pineda and Angela Bachila, provided we support them to achieve their fullest potential to improve the quality of life and become productive. Schooling is also an important part of the life of a child with Down syndrome, despite multiple disorders. Early intervention can address health issues. Schools provide valuable socialization and helps students to develop important life skills. We all must treat them in the same way that we treat our normal children. Ladies and gentlemen, I must commend the school management committees and teachers for their patience, dedication, and commitment towards these special children. And to our children, let me assure you that your government cares for you and we will continue to support you. And I want to share one of the visits that I made to a special school in Nosori, and the school management committee raised their concern about ECE in primary school where children are not 5-year-old. They are 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old in ECE as well as in primary school. And because our rules are so rigid, but again these rules are man-made, we can always change it, these children do not qualify for allowance, and we'll make sure that this happens. And that will give extra resource to the school management committee to run their special schools. As I mentioned, altogether I visited 8 special schools around the country, and it's important for me as the minister to visit these schools so that I interact with teachers, I interact with parents as well as the school management committee to understand the challenges they are facing and how the government can assist in dealing with those challenges and addressing those challenges. So today I dedicate, and I must also thank the teachers for the good work they have been doing year-round for the children, and particularly teachers from special schools and inclusive schools. I thank you for your commitment. I thank you for your care and attention that you give to these children. And I also take the opportunity to thank the general public who always come forward with some form of assistance to help our children with special needs, and also to help schools whenever they seek assistance. So thank you everyone. Vinaka, Dhanyawad.